Ellis B. Feaster's Radio Aircheck and Classic TV channel.
My interest is strong. I gotta love you and don't.
Shalimar, take that to the bank. It's 8.5 minutes after 8 o'clock. A very good morning to you. Hope you're feeling fit and well. You are? Jolly dear. Just another teaser here while you're still thinking about film titles and things. There's something else amusing coming from one of our regular contributors, Linda. Linda Harmon from Romsey, Hampshire. Good morning, Linda. Regular as clockwork, this lady listens. Always supplies us with some goodies. And she said she was, over Christmas, suddenly contemplating what type of shoes people would wear. Now, you may well think, how many shoes can you think of? But she listed a whole load of them, of which I will give you 4 par exemple. I burst into French because the very first one is the type of shoes that would be worn by naughty French women. Listen to this for clever. Casuels. Casuels, naughty French women, casuels, yes. French women on the beach would, of course, wear sandals. Petrol station attendants would wear pumps. What else? And a station master, platform shoes. Oh, well, there you go. Thank you very much, Linda. I'm sure that's given everybody food for thought. I had a card in which said simply, would you please play a song for Guy by Elton John for my birthday on the 12th of January, somewhere between 8 and 9 if you could possibly. And that's from Derek Hartley of Windlesford Green Hostel, Holmesley Lane, Woodlesford, Leeds in Yorkshire. Not for anybody else, just for himself. So Derek, for you and about 10 million other people, it's Elton. 14 minutes after 8 o'clock, and there it is, delicious sound, this week's number 4 in the charts, Elton John, and a song for Guy. Right, it's 14 after 8, as I just said, and we will give you now the information that the postage line has been clicked open. So you may start dialing, and don't forget there's an extra bumper bundle of goodies for anybody who can successfully answer the second question. Oh, you just got out of bed? Oh, hard luck.
Car 67, where are you? Come in 6767. Can you hear me? Control, this is 67 here.
Well, there's a lot happening around the charts at the moment. That particular sound, Car 67 by Driver 67. Number 27 in this week's Top 40. And don't forget that Simon Bates will be back, well and alive, we hope, playing all of the Top 40 for you on Sunday afternoon between 5 and 7 here on Radio 1 and Stereo VHF. And then, of course, back on his own programme at 9 o'clock on Monday morning. Meanwhile, Peter Powell is doing a great job on that, and it's his last day today, so I'm sure you'll make him welcome in about 3/4 of an hour's time when he comes along with the golden hour from 1960. Oh, what? I wasn't even thought of then. Right, a reminder, yes, in the final half hour of this programme, you're going to be hearing my choice of record of the week for next week. Now, you mustn't miss that. Oh, no. If you're going out to a party tonight, how could you possibly go in the knowledge that you don't know what my record of the week is going to be? I mean, you wouldn't enjoy yourself, would you? So if you want to find out what that is, that'll be coming up sometime in the final half hour of the programme. Hello?
Hello.
Oh, a nice loud voice. Who is that, pray?
Elizabeth Towning.
Elizabeth Towning, where are you from?
Leeds.
From Leeds?
Yes.
Oh, great. Have you been there all your life?
Yeah.
Uh-huh. How long has your life been then?
Well, I'm 21 on Sunday.
21 this Sunday?
Yeah.
Good grief, it's probably a good job you've got me now on the line, because I think for about 4 weeks after your 21st birthday, you wouldn't be in a state to phone anybody, would you?
I don't know about that.
Are you going to have a big party or anything, do you know about?
Well, I'm having a disco.
A disco?
I've hired a room.
In where?
I've hired a room for a disco.
You've hired a room?
Yeah.
Good grief. Are you loaded?
Not really, no.
Oh, well, we'll see if we can add to your collection. You must have a few things, presents and what have you, arriving by the score, I should think, over the weekend.
Yeah, I've got quite a few, yeah.
Amongst all your presents, have you got a Radio 1 T-shirt?
No.
No. And have you got a Radio 1 diary?
No.
Right, well, those two things I'm going to give to you with my blessings, if you can give me the missing word.
Yeah.
Now, a lot of people, when they hear this piece that I'm about to play for you, are going to say, oh, yeah, but the actual word is, I will give you a clue, is a bit strange to us. It's strange to everybody, even when you know what it is. So all I can say is it's a strange word. All right?
Yeah.
So listen carefully, think about it, and tell me what that missing word is.
In the deserts of Sudan and the gardens
Hit Me With Your Rhythm Stick obviously is the number by Ian Dury and the Blockheads. But what was that missing word? Or...
Orangutan or something?
It's not orangutan, no, but it sounds like that, obviously, to match up with the rest. Dee-dee-dee-dee-dee. Actually, I'm tempted not to tell you what it is if you don't get it right, and ask the next person what it is. Because it's a very odd word. Have you any more idea?
No.
No?
No.
All right, well, as it's your 21st birthday, I won't give you an oops on that. But I will... Did you hear our first call?
Yes, I did.
You know what I'm going to ask you now, then?
Yeah.
This is very appropriate for you because, you know, it's your 21st. You want a bumper bundle of goodies sent to you. I'll repeat the question so that anybody who's just joined us who doesn't know what it's all about will. It's very simply that on Top of the Pops, I trust you've seen Top of the Pops in the last couple of weeks at some point on BBC television. The number one sound is the group The Village People. There are 6 people involved in that group, and they all wear different outfits. Different styles of outfits on the programme. Absolute positive outfits, you can't mistake them. And I wanted to know what the 6 outfits were, and I asked our first caller this morning, and she actually named 5 of them and couldn't think of the 6th, so she got ever so close. And I don't know if you were listening to it, you probably got a few clues if you didn't know about them before.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, we're going to throw you off the deep end now, kid, and see what you can do.
Well, do you want me to name them all again?
Aye, Miss Towning.
Well, it's policeman, cowboy, Indian, construction worker, Hell's Angel. Everyone's got a green overall on and a little beret. That was an engineer or a boilerman, something like that. I know he's got a green overall on and a beret.
It's not actually a beret, is it? It belongs to a positive faction, I would say. I need to know what it is exactly, you know. What it is, what branch he's in, as it were.
No, I don't know. I've got a picture of overall and everything. I just don't know what it is.
It's not. Overalls
Green
is very.
overall.
Yeah, it's green.
Yeah.
So what else is green? Who else wears green overalls?
Green.
Yeah. Who wears green?
Busmen.
No, not dustmen. They wear grey.
Busmen.
Oh, busmen. No, they wear blue.
Oh, we wear green here.
Now. I can't stand the aggravation because everyone's so close now. Green, with a hat on, overalls, boots. Who wears green and boots? Big boots. All right, I'll give you one more clue. Who wears green and big army boots? Oh, God. I don't believe it. It's incredible. Well done. Listen, it's your birthday, your 21st birthday. We must mark the occasion, my darling, with something special. You were feeling for it. You could see the guy there. You knew he was wearing green gear.
Yeah.
So we have to give it you. We will just send you a parcel of goodies.
All right, thank you.
With our
very
best
much.
wishes and
Can
a
I
very...
just say hello to a few people?
Yes, of course you can. Happy 21st.
Mum and Dad, Peter, Edwina and Neil, pen pals, Peter, everybody at Stringers, that's Mary Muriel, Mary Margaret, Mandy Jane, June Jones, Irene, Ian, Susan, Lynette and Barbara. Hello to everybody who's coming tomorrow night, and a big thank you to Ian for doing the disco. That's it.
Ian?
Ian, yeah.
I take it by thanking him on the breakfast show, you're not going to pay him anything. Have a good 21st, my darling, and take care of yourself. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye. It's 26 and a half minutes after 8 o'clock.
Is the world ready for DLT?
Oops. Well, I don't know if the world is ready for me yet, but you've got me anyway, at least till 9 o'clock this morning, when Peter Powell, who has arrived, will be doing his thing. You will be doing his thing, won't you? I mean, don't disappoint him. It's nearly the weekend. Yes, he's going to definitely do his thing for you this morning, I promise you. Now, just a pointer that the question we had for our last caller, our lovely 21-year-old this weekend, was that missing word from Ian Dory's record at the moment, and I'm going to play that again for the next caller, so think on it. It's that word, which is rather unusual, and I want it precisely translated. Give or take a couple of syllables. And we shall be doing that then after the news, amongst other things, my record of the week for next week, and a host of good sounds. But taking us up to news time now, of course, at 8:30, we have a sound that made a hit. Number 8, January 1972.
Sometimes when I'm
Sonny and Cher in their golden years together, 1972, and All I Ever Need Is You. Back with a soft and gentle sound, and a lot more besides in just a couple of minutes' time. Right now the time on Radio 1 is exactly 8:30, time to join Tom Edwards.
Radio 1 News.
Now that the lorry drivers' strike has been made official, its effect on industry and supplies to the shops is expected to be rapid and disastrous. But the Transport Union leader, Moss Evans, says he's confident that the public will support his men when it's realised they're getting only £53 for a 40-hour week. They want £65. The Transport Secretary, however, thinks the strike won't help the drivers at all. It will merely disrupt industry and inconvenience people in general. The government has set up emergency committees to deal with problems over essential services. But the Chancellor has said that if the dispute isn't settled and the lorry drivers picket firms not involved in their dispute, an extra 1 million people could be put out of a job by the end of next week. Mr. Healy told trade union leaders that the general level of pay settlements was moving the country towards the edge of a precipice, and said the government would use troops to move essential supplies if necessary. In fact, troops are to be used to get petrol to where it's needed in Northern Ireland. Tanker drivers there are staying on unofficial strike, even though the men elsewhere have gone back. But if motorists in Britain are feeling easier in their minds, the prospects for rail travellers next week are still in doubt. The Train Drivers Union says it will call national strikes for Tuesday and Thursday if satisfactory progress isn't made in today's round of talks with the management. Air travellers are having their problems too. British Airways have had to cancel many of today's domestic and European flights because of a 24-hour strike by pilots aggrieved over crew duties. And because of an unofficial strike by water authority workers in Greater Manchester, more than 1 million people in the area are being advised to boil their drinking water. And just 2 other items, part of an oil rig which broke away from its tugs while being towed off the northeast coast of England, is now believed to have sunk. The American tennis player Jimmy Connors made a surprise exit from the Colgate Masters tournament in New York. He retired with a blistered foot when he was losing to John McEnroe. That's the news. Now the weather forecast until midnight. A rather cold but sunny day is expected in most regions. It will be mostly dry, but there will be occasional wintry showers, especially in coastal areas exposed to the northerly wind. Well, that's it from the newsroom. It's just gone 8:32 on the Dave Lee Travis Show. There'll be more world headlines on Radio 1 at 9:30.
Thanks, Tom.
Dave Lee Travis. The best way to start your day. The Breakfast Show.
The Bee Gees, number 10 in the charts, Too Much Heaven, followed by Chaka Khan from the album simply titled Chaka, and A Woman in a Man's World. I bet she doesn't play polo. Get knocked about too much. Chaka? Sorry. Have I got the right game? I don't know. It's probably ice hockey or something. Oh no, that's a puck. Definitely. And you should get some new batteries in your radio, madam. It's 20 minutes to 9 o'clock. We're going to open up the post-haste line for the final time this morning. While we do that, we shall burst you with an oldie. Got to number 4 in June of 1967, The Turtles, and She'd Rather Be With Guess Who?
Some girls like to run around, like to handle everything they see.
Turtles. Could somebody put them back on the legs again, please? And that was She'd Rather Be With Me. It's 18 minutes before 9 o'clock. Good morning. It's The Breakfast Show. Hello.
Hello?
You all right?
Yeah.
Jolly good. Who's that?
Madeline Phillips.
Madeline Phillips.
Yeah.
Where are you from, Madeline?
Basildon, in Essex.
Not Basildon.
Yes, Basildon.
Very suave down there, isn't it?
No, not really.
No, not really.
No.
Oh, I see. What do you do for a living, Madeline?
Housewife.
A what?
Housewife.
Oh, a housewife.
Yeah.
Yes. Do you have any children to look after?
Yeah, little boy, 9 months.
Ah. Is it nice? Is it wonderful?
Yeah, it's not too bad.
Dirty nappies all over the place.
Yeah.
Screaming at the neighbours.
Yeah, that's it.
Yes, I can see it all now. Do you listen to me whilst you're in bed?
No, I have to get up before you start.
Before I start?
Yeah.
Oh, I can't tell you. I've got a little secret and I can't tell you. Never mind, you'll find out about it soon enough. What time do you actually get up then?
Usually between 6:30 and 7.
Oh, I see. But you do put the radio on as soon as it comes on, of course.
Oh,
the
yeah.
Radio 1.
Yeah.
Oh, jolly good. Well, there might be some good news for you coming up in a couple of weeks' time. Now, at this point, Madeline, I would like to ask you 2 questions. The first one is, would you like to wish Happy New Year to any of your colleagues and friends who may be also suffering with a 9-month-old baby around the house and dirty nappies and damp hands and things? Go on, then.
Hello to my husband, Steve. My mum, my dad, Jenny, my husband's parents. Hello to Russell, my dog Toby.
What are you saying hello to your dog, Toby, for?
Well, because he's...
I mean, come on, Madeline. Listen, I know the listeners to The Breakfast Show will stand for a lot, but they will not stand for you saying hello to Toby.
Ah, he's a lovely dog.
What sort of dog is he?
He's a mongrel.
They are the best kind, actually.
Yeah, no, he's lovely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, all right, then. Go
And
on.
hello to my brother in Reading and his wife Marilyn and anyone else who's listening.
Your brother and his wife are not going to be pleased that they came after the dog. Now, what's your game? All right. Did you hear our caller last?
Yes.
Yeah, she got the YMCA mob.
Yeah, I would have got that one, but I haven't got a clue about the other one.
You haven't got a clue?
No, not a clue.
Oh, well, have a listen again. It might come to you. All right, the missing word.
In the deserts of Sudan and the gardens of Japan, from Milan to Yucatan, every woman's, every man.
Radio 1.
I thought I heard a voice in the back. Sorry, yes. What do you reckon that was, then?
Well, it sounded like Yucatan.
Fantastic.
Right.
Yes, Madeline. How did you guess?
Well, it just sounded like it to me. I mean, I've never heard of it, but...
What, you mean you thought you heard the word?
Yeah.
Well, no, there was no word there, because all there was a funny noise.
Yeah, well, it just seemed to sort of follow on, you know, some stupid word like that.
Yeah, well, Yucatan is absolutely right.
Oh,
well,
good.
Congratulations, my darling.
Lovely.
What can we send you now? What do you fancy, an album token?
Yes, please.
Oh,
Lovely.
all right, my lovely. Great to
Okay.
have you on the show. Have a very pleasant weekend.
Yes, thank
And
you.
stay tuned to Radio 1. And don't forget that little surprise that will be happening in a couple of weeks' time, especially for you.
Oh, lovely.
Because of... no, I'm not saying anymore. I'll keep it to myself. All right, my darling, thanks for joining us.
Thanks ever so much.
All right,
Bye-bye.
Madeline. Bye-bye, love.
Bye.
It's now... I can't read the clock. Those curtains again. 14 minutes to 9 o'clock on The Breakfast Show. This is the sound of Bram Tchaikovsky.
We're gonna wreck the place tonight.
That's a great record, Bram Tchaikovsky. A bit of rock and roll for you there. Turn on the light. That happens to be Peter Powell's record of the week. Peter will be with you very shortly, just about 11 minutes' time, with the golden hour of 1960. And hasn't he been doing a great show for you this week? If you've missed any, make up for it by tuning in today. Or should I say staying tuned, because there's some great music from 1960, I can promise you. Now then, a quickie for Paul Johnson on his 26th birthday, who should be driving to work at this moment. Lots of love from Les, Christopher and Andrew, and could you also say hello to my friend Yvonne, Justine and Jason, and to Steve Connell, whose birthday it is today as well. All right, so that's Paul's wife has sent that in. Happy birthday to you, Paul. I can't wait any longer. I've got to play it for you. My record of the week for next week, a brand new record, which is superb. Actually, being brand new, it's quite on the cards that it could be amongst many new albums and singles this evening, when Rory Gallagher and Anne Nightingale join Kid Jensen for this week's edition of Round Table at 5:45. So don't miss that. It's always a lot of fun, that, hearing a Kid trying to mediate. That is amazing. That's at 5:45 then this evening on Radio 1. The Kid, Anne Nightingale and Rory Gallagher on Round Table, right here on Radio 1. Here it is, next week's Record of the Week from me.
Guitar.